Okay, so I think this is going to be like the third book review that I've ever done on my channel, so I'm kind of hyped about it. But I recently read a book because I volunteer in a charity shop, so I kind of found it in the charity shop, and it's part of an eight series book. But I picked up the first three, and I honestly thought it wasn't going to be my cup of tea just because it was about vampires, a pageant, royals, and really fancy dresses. And it's just vampires kind of I enjoy because I really like the vampire series. But when it comes down to royal stuff and really fancy flowy dresses, that really isn't my cup of tea. But this story, I really did enjoy it. I really did like it, and I don't know whether I'm going to keep the copy or ever read it again in the future, but it entertained me enough that I wanted to feature it on my channel, that I wanted to do a review, that I've written up a short little summary and stuff like that. So the book I'm going to be talking about today, which won't be a long review because it is a very short kind of read. It's 191 pages, so it really it really does not take you long to read. It really does not take you long to read it. Depending on, some people will do it in one sitting. I think just because I was doing English and maths, and I was dedicated more to my English and maths. I didn't really have that lot of time to sit and read a book in one go. So I think I did it in about 3 to 4 sittings over a week. So it roughly took me a week, but I read it and it kept me entertained. Like, I didn't get bored or annoyed with it. So the book that I'm going to be talking about is The Pageant by Leah Walker. This is the Vampire Royals Book 1. Now, first off, I want to appreciate the cover. Can we just appreciate how dark the cover is? How beautiful the girl is with the moon and the bats and the palace behind her. Like, it's proper dark and kind of gloomy, but I like it, so it kind of really called to me. I never would have thought something like this I would pick up and read, but it is quite a nice book, and as I say, it is really, really short. So I'm gonna read the back to you, and then I'm going to kind of go off my little sheet just because this is my third one, and then let you know of my thoughts and my opinions and what star I would give this. So, who is the fairest of them all? Young women from every settlement in the land are being handpicked to enter the pageant, a contest can't read that word of a Miss Universe from the old days. Gwyneth West's climbing mother wants her to compete, but Gwyneth isn't so sure. The pageant is government sponsored. If you're lucky enough to be chosen, participation is mandatory. Aggressive competition is allowed, even encouraged. And then there's the prize. Dallas Black, otherwise known as the Dark Prince, will propose to the winner. Dallas is the son of the King Black, who won the last World War and governs the new settlements. The royal family is mysterious. Rumour has it they don't sleep. Rumour has it they eschew the sun. Rumour has it they are immortal. When Gwyneth is thrust into the pageant, she fights to survive the competitive nature of the other contestants. But even if she wins, can she survive a vampire fiance? So this kind of story follows the young woman or girl Gwyneth, who is, human. I think there's roughly about 15 contestants who have to participate. They don't have a choice. They're chosen. They have to go. They have to go from their families. Um, and the fathers and the male characters all had to fight to go to war. Um, sorry. So Gwyneth is selected for the pageant, and on her journey to the palace, she meets another girl, another character who is quite mouthy, who's quite out there. She says what she thinks, so that her mouth kind of gets her in trouble. But they all arrive at the palace. They meet the royal vampire family, who are all vampires, and the very first character, which I thought for book one, for a character to be killed, well, not killed off, but to kind of be turned into from human to vampire because she was bitten in her neck because of her mouth, because she said things about the royal family that they didn't like. That happened quite soon into the very first book, and even though the character survived, obviously she's now a vampire. I thought for the very first book, when there's 8 in total, I thought that was a bit too soon to have anyone changed, but it was nice that Gwyneth and that girl kept their friendship and stuff, and Gwyneth did, want to see the girl, did want to have, keep that friendship going, even though she was a vampire. So that was really nice that in total she didn't become a vampire and didn't want to, like, not talk to the other girls. So that was a really nice kind of thing. As the contestants go on, each girl will then get eliminated and sent back to their settlements, which is their home or their homeland. But with Dallas, the prince, he takes a shine to Gwyneth quite quickly, and we kind of know who the favourite here, who the favourite character is here, and the fact that he says to her that he will protect her with his life. It's kind of pretty obvious that I feel like she's gonna win this pageant, even though I haven't read the other books yet. I kind of feel like that with this, favoritism of contestant and how he wants to have a meal with her first before the other girls. There is quite a lot of jealousy with the other girls just because Gwyneth and Dallas kind of have that spark. They get on really well and they kind of enjoy each other's company. So um, it's kind of really good in a way, but I kind of felt like the other girls didn't really have a lot of a chance to kind of get to know Dallas. But Gwyneth comes up with the idea that when the girls are sent back in or eliminated, that they should be sent home with a food package because obviously some of the settlements are quite poor. They don't have a lot. Gwyneth doesn't, have a lot, and she knows what it's like to go without meals and one thing and another. So I kind of think that Gwyneth's idea, and the prince agrees to send them home with a kind of, package to kind of get by. So that was a really good idea and thought. There is currently a war where Gwyneth's father and brother went and she hasn't seen them since. And they kind of call them rebels, so they are the people who don't really like the vampires that very much, or the or the royal family or the government. So kind of looking at this book and kind of when there's a massacre, so Gwyneth, because she's got so much of that curiosity of what's going on, and she's kind of really nosy as well, and she kind of sneaks up to the window when they were all put on lockdown and the prince was basically killing the human people who were trying to, and that's what I call by the massacre, when they were all killing each other. um so yeah, kind of thing. And then Gwyneth kind of comes along, a person who she knew, who says that he knows where her brother and her father is, but obviously he just wanted to escape. So he kind of used her to escape and got her in nearly a lot of trouble. But if it wasn't thanks to the girl who was turned at the beginning of the book, who came to her rescue. So so that's kind of like a lot of the story. There was kind of like everything I've just now said is kind of everything that happened throughout this book one. So there isn't really any more to tell on it. As I say, it's 191 pages. It is quite short. I really, really like the writing style as well. Like, as I say, there was enough there to keep me interested, to keep me hooked, to not put the book down. And yeah, so it's just like a really nice read, something to get through pretty quick. I personally, because I think I read this a couple of weeks ago, so I'm only just now doing this review, but I have been thinking about this book since and have been wanting to pick up book number 2. So I think for this reason, at the moment, book 1 will get 5 stars from me. So yeah, so it's going to get 5 stars. The author did really, really well. This is the first book that I read by her. I know she's done other series that I've been interested to read, so yeah, hopefully I'll get around to reading more. But as I say, there's 8 books in total, I believe. So this is the first book out of 8. So it's a very, very long series, but at the moment I'm interested to read and carry on. So hopefully book 2 I will do a review as well. So thank you very, very much for watching my review. I hope you enjoyed, and any opinions. I should have said at the beginning, don't watch this if you haven't read it, but yeah, this is my review for the pageant, so thank you very much for watching.